Welcome back to Norrath. Last time we built the Freeport Aqueduct across the Common Lands, and we talked about building a reservoir to store all the water in. And here we are. Between the mountain peaks here, what I've done is construct a series of retaining walls to create this nice cold mountain lake that supplies the water for Freeport. And over here you can see the aqueduct intake. And over here we have another pipe that lets the excess water out of the reservoir so it doesn't overflow in case the aqueduct cannot take in all the water. And we see our aqueduct stretching off in the distance back to Freeport, the outside of the retaining walls for the reservoir. And I removed all the shrubberies and trees down there and the grass. So we have a nice clean source of drinking water for Freeport. However, what we want to do today is to follow this mountain stream here that we've created down the hills here. And it empties out into one of the large rivers down here that flows between the Serpent Spine Mountains. And where we're going today is to follow this river south and then west a bit, and we are going to go over to the plains of Karana today, because what I want to do is construct one of the 5 large wizard spires. And indeed, I actually want to construct all 5 of the large wizard spires today and get them interlinked and all working, because that is one of our goals to get this map ready for the next download. I was going to place one of these smaller wizard spires that I talked about doing last time, but the more I thought about that, I'm not quite sure of those locations yet, but I do know where all of these locations are. So we're going to start with that today. And here we are entering the plains of Karana themselves. We'll notice the trees begin to thin out and everything gets to be very flat around here. Like the Common Lands, this is all going to be rolling farmland off to the distance. Over there, quite a ways away, is going to be where we'll build Quenos someday. And over here, where I've marked this square of granite, is where the wizard spires are going to go. And in order to do that, it's now time to hop into MC Edit. Alright, let's take our copy of the wizard spires, put it roughly around this location. And let's see what height we want to have it at. That looks pretty good. We need to have the stairs down here be at the right height, though. I like to get that even with the grass around here as much as I can. That looks fine. This actually looks like a good spot in the landscape for this. So we will paste in the first wizard spires. There we go. And here it is in the game. Looks pretty good. I think the next one we want to place down is Otis in the Togzulia Forest, and we will head over there. But it is very far away in that direction. And how we will be getting there to start with will be via a teleport command here. So this will take us to the approximate location of the spires of Togzulia. And here they are. And this is where we want to place in the next portal. I don't think I've actually shown this on camera, but these are the trees I chose to put in Togzulia Forest. I believe when I was still doing the tour videos that this was still a blank plain, but it has since been changed to a nice dense woodland forest here. I'm quite pleased with these trees actually. But now that we're here, we will hop into MC Edit again and place the portal. So we will take our copy of the Wizard Spires lower them to the correct height here. Let's see if we can get them to line up with the road network over here. Go one down over here. That actually looked pretty good where it was. I think it may clip into a couple of trees here on the side, but that's okay. So we will bring it in, take a look at it from above. Left a little clearing in the forest here for it to fit in, but the trees do overwhelm it quite a bit. However, I think between these portals, what I want to do is change the fire color here or something else. And I actually think that this color would suit the spires best in this location, so let's place this down here, get it into position. And we will just invert those colors. I think that'll look pretty good, so I'll finish that and we'll be right back. And that is the Otis spire complete and set up here. So now I think we will go and do the Velius spire next in the Great Divide. Let's see, where is it? Yep, it's going to be in this area around here is the space I've left for it. And here we have the Great Divide spires placed down. Thought I would go with obsidian and bedrock for these. Make a darker contrast to all the white snowy mountains we have going on around here. And I believe next up will be the Kunark spires in the Dreadlands. And here we have the spires in the Dreadlands. I was going to put them over there, but I like the site over here a bit better. It's a bit more picturesque over here by the lake, and we have this little stream winding around the spires here. And the last spires we're going to be placing today are going to be my personal favorite set of spires. The ones in the Greater Feydark. It should be somewhere around here. Well, we're definitely in the Greater Feydark. And here we are, just a little bit off. So we will put our prismarine spires here. And if we decide later we don't like the obelisk colors, we can always go back and change them. And here are the spires in the Greater Feydark. I think the green fits in pretty good around here. But now we need to make these things functional. And to do that, we need to edit these command blocks down here. And all we need to do is update this with the correct series of coordinates for all the other wizard portals that we place down around here. And when you hit a button here, I think I want the command to bring you probably to the center of the portal here. Now yes, I know this is supposed to take you to the Nexus on Luckland. But since it's going to be quite a while before we integrate the Nexus and Luckland into this map, in the meantime, I'm going to have all of these portals interlinked to each other, which is essentially what the Nexus actually did, but we're just going to be skipping that step. Well, I've just finished the tedious work of setting up all the portals, so let's go around and do some testing. So we're in Antonica now, in the plains of Karana. Let's travel back to Otis. Wait for the world to load in around us. So we are now in Togzulia Forest on the continent of Otis. You can see the wizard spires have changed color, letting us know that we have in fact teleported. And let us now go to Kunark. And here we are in the Dreadlands. Different spire color here. And now I think we should go to Velius. This will take us to the Great Divide. With our obsidian and bedrock spires here. And the last spires to go to are the ones in Greater Fadark. So that's good. All of these spires now properly interlinked to each other. This is how all the portals are going to work. Whenever we get around to setting up these small wizard portals and the druid rings and the dragon rings, they're all going to have buttons and command blocks and signs here that tell you where they interlink to. But I think that's going to be all the time we have for today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. And I think next time I actually want to start working on the Dungeon of Befallen. That's what we're going to do then.